I think that I can bring the kind of change that Ontarians want to see. They've been ignored by the government. People are feeling like the government has taken them for granted. When it stops being about the people, then you've lost your way as a government. And I think it stopped being about the people for some time now. So I want to bring that back to Ontario. I want to bring back a sense that Ontario belongs to her people. I bring a different perspective, I bring a different voice, I bring a different set of skills and experiences as a woman, and I think that they're valuable. And a lot of my political experience has been positive because I don't leave my gender at home. I work the way I would work in politics. I work the way I would work in anything else, bringing my experience, bringing my perspective and my way of doing things as a woman. There's a big decision that people have to make on October 6th, and I think some of them are still making up their minds. I don't think the electorate has made their decision yet. They'll make it on October 6th, and depending on that decision, we'll see, where we end up as a province. I'm hopeful that they'll choose the kind of change that we're offering, that I'm offering, the kind of change that puts people at the front and center of the agenda, and I'm going to give them the respect of making that decision before I start thinking about, how to deal with it. Making life affordable for Ontarians is a big priority. Jobs is another big priority, making sure that there's opportunity for Ontarians, and the healthcare system. Again, everywhere I go, people are concerned, notwithstanding the way that Mr. McGuinty describes his victories in healthcare. People don't experience it that way. They haven't been experiencing it that way. They're having difficulty getting the services they need, getting the doctors they need. I think we need to change the priorities in the healthcare system so that people feel that they're getting what they deserve. What we have is that we had a government that deregulated and privatized hydro back in the 90s, and now we have what I think is the mess that's left over from that failed experiment. Only Alberta's the only other province that has a privatized system. Ontario's experiment failed, and we're paying the price. We have Quebec and Manitoba, our two adjacent provinces. They didn't privatize. Both of those jurisdictions are charging electricity rates at half or less, residential and industrial and commercial rates, half or less than what we pay in Ontario. So that's an issue not only for our residents, that we're paying higher rates than these neighbors of ours, but it's also a competitiveness issue in terms of our ability to keep good jobs here, keep manufacturing here, processing of our resources, milling of wood. All of those things are disappearing. We're going to get back to a hydroelectric system whose priority is the needs of Ontario and Ontarians, and not the private sector. So we're going to continue with renewable energy, for example, but unlike the Liberals, who only allowed private participation in renewables, we are going to have the large projects be planned and implemented publicly.